After watching numerous videos on achieving a marble effect in preparation for the base I'm painting for my next project, the seemingly straightforward technique that the miniature painters use involves using baby wipes as a stencil, where you let them dry, rip them apart a bit, and then use them to create veins on your surface. The process needs a base coating with the desired vein color, in this case black, followed by painting over that with the main marble color, in this case gray. However, practical challenges arise, especially with larger surfaces, as tightly holding the wipes to the surface to prevent overspray and maintain vein clarity becomes cumbersome. While this method may work well for smaller areas, such as bases for minis, my specific project demanded an alternative. Experimenting with fish tank filter fibers offered a promising texture, yet securing them tightly without causing overspray proved problematic as well. Attempts using an airbrush and a paper stencil proved challenging, as achieving random and defined veins posed difficulties with the overspray that an airbrush always introduces. After a series of trials and errors with wipes, fibers, and paper stencils, I decided to reset and explore hand painting techniques inspired by videos showcasing the manual creation of marble effects on countertops. Most of them used turkey feathers to create the marble veins. Since I didn't have those and I was too impatient to wait for ordered ones, I went for the brush instead. Opting for a fast reset, I used a white rattle can primer, as the main color for the marble now should be white or very light gray. Then I mixed basic black and white craft acrylics in a light gray and used a natural sponge to dab some color difference onto the white base color. With a piece of cloth, the harsh lines that the sponge texture creates can be blended out and softened. To start with the veins, I mixed a darker shade of gray that I applied with a small brush. Despite lacking turkey feathers, for added randomness, I was able to soften the harsh brush lines with a dry brush. What I was always trying to do painting the veins by hand was to have a shaky hand. When the lines turned out to be too blurry or dulled down by the dry brush, I went in again and repainted the veins. I initially wanted to paint the whole base with a marble texture, but recognizing the time-intensive nature of this approach, and it simply didn't look really good, I modified the plan to only marble the top flagstone, opting for a sandstone color for the rest. To enhance the depth of the marble effect, I applied watered down gray with a bit of glaze medium in the mix to reduce the opacity and dabbed away the excess again. Subsequent layers involved white with a touch of yellow, and after that another layer of dark gray, each layer adding to the illusion of depth. Then I decided to go for golden veins, for which I started with a cheap craft acrylic gold. But of course this technique works for every other marble color combination as well. When the first layer of gold veins was done, I protected the achieved steps with a satin varnish. Another round of gray and whitewash for more depth, followed by refined gold lines using Vallejo polished gold. To accentuate the shine, which wasn't enough with the satin varnish, I used gloss varnish next, concluding with a final whitewash before sealing with gloss varnish again. And this is the final result after applying 2 more coats of gloss varnish. If you want to see how this project continues, stay tuned and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already.